Well, hello again, and welcome back to part 9 of Let's Play Crash Nitro Kart, where in this part we are going to be collecting the final CNK tokens, which will of course be from the stages in Teknee. However, we're not going to do Android Alley because we're going to do them in the same order, red, green and blue. So the first track we are going to be doing right here is of course going to be Assembly Lane, which is probably my least favourite track in the Teknee world. I don't know why, it just somehow is, but I still find it quite a cool track nonetheless. And speaking of tracks in Crash Team Racing Nitro Field, which is coming out very soon, which is still too much of a wait for me. I mean, 20 days is still far too long, but it'll be out before we know it, so at least that's one good thing. And this is the only track that we haven't seen yet from the Teknee world when it comes to remasters of a Crash Nitro Kart track, so we're very interested to see what this one looks like. Hopefully it turns out pretty good. I know that we might have, it could have been this track we're seeing in a sneak peek screenshot, but I think everybody seems to assume that it's Meteor Gorge, and it is actually Meteor Gorge. For the longest time I've been pronouncing it Meteor George, and I've always known it as Meteor George, and so I've been reading it totally wrong. I seem to have that thing where I'm like misreading things, like for example reading Gorge as George, so I don't understand exactly why I was doing that. So, and I haven't done too well on this first lap because I've only managed to get one of the letters, which is pretty tricky but to do, especially on this track, but just wish me all the best of luck that I'm actually going to get this first time around, because this is definitely one of the harder tracks when it comes to collecting the CNK tokens and the relics, so just have to hope all goes well for that. And I totally lost all my speed there, so I couldn't make that jump. But I do kind of like this track quite a lot still, for the simple reason, another example why I love all of the CNK tracks, is because it's kind of a crossover between two of my favourite tracks in Crash Team Racing, which are of course Tiny Arena and Engine Labs, which it kind of makes sense because this is kind of half Engine Labs and at the same time half Tiny Arena. Of which I think Tiny Arena is quite a very much underrated track, especially if you got the strategy right for using boosts, of which I did explain in my live stream I did the other day of Crash Team Racing. And speaking of live streams, I've actually enjoyed doing live streaming. I never actually thought I would do live streaming, but now that I'm doing live streams I'm really enjoying it. So it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. In fact 2019 has been the best year yet for my YouTube channel, so I'm definitely going to keep it up. It's definitely become a really big hobby to me. But basically with this letter N right here, what I used to do, I've got plenty of opponents behind, I used to turn round and jump for the N right there, but I don't need to do that anymore, so I can save myself a ton of time, because I found a new strategy of getting the jump timing right, which is kind of really fiddly. It does take quite a bit of practice to get the jump right, but as soon as you manage to master it, all is good. So here we go. We've successfully managed to complete first place on the first track, which is of course Assembly Lane. Which is quite an accurate recreation in the if I can spit my words out, Game Boy Advance version of the game. For the simple reason, it doesn't really rely heavily on anti-gravity. I mean, there's the anti-gravity pipes at the end, but that's pretty much nothing. You can manage without anti-gravity on that, so I don't think they're actually going to change it up in the Nitro Field. So now we're going to go into Android Alley, which is perhaps, believe it or not, my favourite track in the Teknee world. Many say it's Electron Avenue, although personally, for me, it's Android Alley. I've always been a fan of Android Alley, the track. I don't know why, it's just always been a track that I've always been a fan of, but anyway, this is it. So wish me luck on this one. And I thought the game had crashed then because the loading screen seemed to hang, but I've always found this track really pretty. However, in Nitro Fueled, if you haven't seen in some of the trailers, especially for like the kart customization and stuff like that, you might see this track. However, it now seems to have this Ratchet and Clank future vibe to it. And it's sort of like set in daytime. With like clear blue skies, whereas in this version it's sort of like really polluted, as you can see, with the smoky orange skies and stuff like that. You know, like it's got a very dirty atmosphere to it, but that does no longer seem to be the case in the remaster. I don't know why, but my emulator's lagging pretty much a lot today. And this area here, I never really knew existed as a kid until later on in life. I came to do the CNK challenges, so I didn't exactly know that you could jump through that window, which is such a cool, clever shortcut in my opinion. So we haven't seen the full track in action in the remaster yet, however we are going to be seeing it very soon, so hopefully that will look really cool. And I think I made a bad choice there. No, all good. Now this is something weird. If you jump down under there and sort of like go under the train where it doesn't actually touch you, you still get crushed. Because it seems to have some pretty weird collision glitches in this game. And I don't know why, but I'm on 0 Wumpa Fruit. I'm pretty sure that's not meant to be, but No. Now this is one good advantage I've always found or gives the player more advantage in Crash Nitro Kart over CTR, is that the TNT crates are much easier to get rid of. So you don't have to hop as much to get rid of it. So this track, I can't really see much changing on it, apart from that one section near the start. However, I personally don't see the track getting any shorter, so I suppose that is at least one good thing. Now this is indeed going to be a close one, because this track always is really challenging.
Are you looking at me? Who are you looking at?
As I say, there's many aspects of this game that I much prefer in this game to Crash Team Racing, the original one. Even though Crash Team Racing is like my second favourite Crash game. I'd say my first favourite is obviously Crash 2, third is Twinsanity, and fourth is the original Crash, and fifth is Warped. In case you all don't know, that's my top 5 Crash Bandicoot games. Now this is something pretty interesting you can learn. If you're wanting a rough idea of how these tracks with anti-gravity sections are going to look in the remaster, all you've really got to do is kind of play or watch the Game Boy Advance version of this, because they are pretty much recreations of the same tracks with similar layouts, bar the anti-gravity. So I suppose you could always compare the Game Boy Advance tracks to see how they compare. So it'll kind of give you a rough idea of what they're going to be like in the remaster, especially with the anti-gravity removed. Although the Game Boy Advance tracks do look pretty different. I do like the Game Boy Advance version of this game, However, I do prefer the console version overall. But maybe that's just me. A lot of people do prefer the GBA version of this game. And it's the exact same case for quite a lot of people as well.
Wonderful! You've won a token!
So now we're going to get our final CNK token, which should be pretty easy to do. So all I've got to do is find the entrance to that, of which I've gone totally the wrong way around the map, like a right dork. Dork, Spyro reference, I don't know, but here we go with Electron Avenue. The track I actually prefer in the original to Nitro Field, although I do like the Nitro Field version of this track. I'd probably say the Nitro Field version of this track I do like a lot better than, say, Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 8 and Race of Ages from Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. In fact, that track looks so pretty, but it's really annoying. But it's kind of a cool track at the same time, because you can kind of like go left for a plane section or go right for like a water section. However, the colours do look a lot more vibrant in this, and I pretty much prefer the layout overall. So I'd say this version of this track, then I'd say the Nitro Field version, then I'd say Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road, or any Rainbow Road for that aspect, it don't matter. And then last, I'd probably put Race of Ages from Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. I'm probably just saying that because they always keep falling off that track, because I mean that track, it can be an absolute pain in the ass. Now, can I jump for that letter N first time? No. Now this is something that I've always found really challenging. To get that one letter N. I'm kind of hoping they'll make that easier in the remaster, although I don't exactly know what it's going to be like playing this track in the remaster, for the simple reason, or any Crash Nitro Kart tracks in the remaster, because like some of the players who've managed to get early access to this game, let's say like PAX East and stuff like that, super lucky people, I will say. I've said that it kind of feels odd playing Crash Nitro Kart tracks, which are used to with the Crash Nitro Kart controls, with CTR controls. Although I will say I do prefer CTR controls quite a lot. I mean, they are a lot more slick and responsive. I don't know if they're going to be the same in Nitro Field. I kinda hope they are, though they're not always forced to be. Now, can I get this jump this time around? I mean, come on, I have to do it. Yes! Now, that was something that I was super lucky with right there, because this does not often happen. Sometimes you have to actually redo the race about 2 or 3 times in order to get that one damn N letter, which can be a real asshole to get. But fortunately, I managed to get it. And I'm super lucky because I am recording a Let's Play part in a minute. So anyway, what we're going to do in the next lap is I'm basically going to discuss when the track changes and goes back to normal, to what it is in this version, in the remaster version of this game, aka Nitro Field. So basically, the track from here is pretty much the same as it is in this version. This is from what I've noticed, by the way. This might not be 100% accurate. Yes, I managed to get there, okay. Now this is where the track starts to change, because it goes with a different layout. Because obviously it's cutting out all of this anti-gravity section right here, which I'm kind of going to miss, because they've just replaced it with tunnels. I find that a little bit shoddy. Not something I'm super happy with, but never mind, because now, at least at this point, the track goes back to normal in the remaster, just for now anyway, so at least we get to keep the original layout, which is faithful. So That's at least one good thing. And now here, the track changes again, because it's obviously cutting out a whole anti-gravity section. Although I will say that I do actually like this section with what they've done and changed in the remaster. Because obviously it had to change, because it's a lot longer and extended. This is where it goes back to normal, whereas you're probably only halfway around the new section in the new game, so at least they made this track a bit longer. Because I mean, this is a long track to begin with. Because obviously the tracks get longer in this game the more you progress, so yes, at least I got another first place, so that is now all 16 CNK tokens collected, which is really awesome. So that now concludes all of the CNK token parts. So next part we're going to move on to start collecting all the platinum relics. I'm not too sure how long this is going to take. It'll probably take a little bit of time. I'm not too sure. But hopefully I'll be able to get all the platinum relics pretty much first time around. It might take multiple attempts, because I mean the time requirements in this game are a lot stricter than there was in the original. I will tell you that. As in the original, as in Crash Team Racing, not like comparing this game to, say, Nitro Field or like that. So here we go. That is all 16 of the CNK tokens now collected. I'll just save my progress so I know that's the point we're up to. So now we have done that, in the next part, which will be part 10, so this is pretty much following the same lead as, let's say, my Crash Team Racing Let's Play I did right back in 2017, so what a strange coincidence. But anyway, nevertheless, I didn't know you could actually move Crash in his card. That's so cool, you can just press left and right and you can actually move him from side to side. You can do it with the analog stick to the left, but not the right, probably the way the emulator is set up. So anyway, this concludes that. I hope you all enjoyed this part, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I will indeed see you all in part 10, where we start to attempt to collect all of the platinum relics. So goodbye everyone for now.